Hello and welcome to Cooking Technique Tuesday. So today we are going to make salmon. I feel like it's been a while since I've done fish. So we're going to do an air fryer spice rubbed salmon. So I've got some cumin here, I've got garlic powder, chili powder, a little bit of salt, and we're going to pair that with honey sesame broccoli. So I've got some fresh broccoli, my steamer basket ready to go. I've got honey, sesame seeds, sesame oil, which is just fantastic. A lot of the spice stores that you go to that have vinegars as well, they'll have small bottles of the oil, but we were actually talking about it in one of my workshops today, and one of my members discovered it. There's a lot of flavor in sesame oil, and the nice thing about flavored oils, you need less of it. We've also got garlic and soy sauce, but what I'm going to do to start off is the salmon. So I've got my cooking spray, and then what I'm going to do is just combine all of my spices into one bowl. Nice healthy pinch of salt. I got my spoon here. And then I'm just going to basically divide it in half. So 1 spoonful on this piece, and then the rest right here. And using the best tool that you'll have in the kitchen, my fingers, I'm just going to go ahead and rub it in. Now, it depends on how big, like my pieces of salmon are kind of thin and a little bit bigger. So I might need to spread a little bit more spice on these before I put it in the air fryer, but you just want to coat the top and not too thick. You know, especially if you don't like spice, you could easily leave out the chili powder. You could do paprika instead. But what we're going to do is I'm going to go ahead and get my broccoli in to steam. Mix up the mixture for the honey sesame portion of that. And we're going to air fry the salmon. So I will see you in just a minute. Alright, so we're back. So my water is starting to boil. I've got my steamer basket, so I'm going to go ahead and put it in there. And then I have my broccoli, which I'm just going to drop in there. Nice and easy. I'm going to evenly spread it around. And then I'm going to cover it, because we want to make sure that all of the water does not evaporate. So the recipe says it'll cook about 4 minutes. Some of the pieces of broccoli are a little bit bigger, so we'll see. What I'm going to do is I'm going to test it with a knife. Just to see, you just want it to be tender, little crisp, little crunch to it still, but still able to get a knife in and out. Also, if you like your broccoli cooked a little bit more, you can easily do that, just let it cook for longer. But I'm just gonna leave this, set my timer, and we're gonna get started with the salmon. All right, so this is nice and easy. I have my salmon. I decided, honestly, I think that's enough seasoning, so I'm gonna keep with the recipe on that. I've got my air fryer preheated. Go ahead and turn the timer up. What I'm going to do is just spray a little bit in there. Now, I have a pretty small air fryer, so I'm actually going to do these one at a time, but I'm just going to place it in there. There we go. Now, this piece, there we go. This piece is a little thin, so the recipe says for it to cook for about 7 to 8 minutes. You just want it to be flaky and fairly cooked through. If there's a little bit of pink in the center, you're okay. Fish overcooked is definitely not good. So since this piece is kind of thin, I'm going to check it at probably 3.5, 4 minutes. Alrighty, and then I will do the next one, and I'm going to go make the sauce for the broccoli while we're waiting on both of these to cook. Alright, so this is one of the easiest parts of the recipe. We're just going to combine soy sauce, a little sesame oil, honey, which I'm holding my phone in the other hand. I should have used my usual apparatus that lets me do 2 hands at once, but that's okay. So what I'll do is, we got a little honey in there. I'm going to use my trusty spatula here after I finish filming. But we've also got garlic and sesame seeds. So I'm just going to combine those. And then what I'm going to do is just toss the broccoli once it is done cooking and put it in a nice serving bowl. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and add the rest of that honey, and I'll see you back here in a minute. Alrighty, so it's been about 4 minutes, and I think that looks done. It's nice, it's sizzling, it's got some good browning on it. So I'm going to use my fish spatula. I've actually had this spatula since culinary school, which was just a few years ago. Whoop, there we go. Oh. See, even chefs make mistakes sometimes. There we go. And just gonna slide it out. It's like nothing ever happened. You didn't see that. There we go. Alrighty, so now I'm gonna go check on my broccoli and hopefully it's done. And if it is, I'm going to meet you back over on the main table so we can plate this. See you in a minute. Alrighty, so we're over here and I love this shade of green that I am seeing. I actually just teched it with a knife, so we are good to go. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this, I'm gonna let it drain just a little bit, just hold it up, and then I'm going to place it in here with my sesame honey mixture. So I will see you when we plate. Alrighty, and we are back. So my broccoli is all done, and I'm gonna take a little bite of one of them. Yeah, the sesame oil and the honey just go great together. And then I'm gonna try just a little bit of the salmon. Perfectly flaky. Spice rub is perfect too. I like chili powder. Again, you can omit it. You can substitute paprika for it. Even smoked paprika, which isn't really hot, but it gives a nice bold flavor, I would say. So, quick and easy. Recipes are attached to this video. And I will see you next Cooking Technique Tuesday. Have a good one.